I love AI. Do you use AI?
I need that blue white bitch on Depop, chillin' teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Shoulda never let the bitch alone with my seat. My son, a bitch skip it.
Moved to London mostly because it was fate. Right after uni, I had like 3 different choices. I either wanted to move to San Francisco or London or Singapore. London is the only place that worked out. Can we get one matcha, please? Yeah, I really liked maths and science at school, and then figured out the best place to do that is IIT in India. So did some math, realized it's a lot more complicated than imagined. I was very into computational math, not as much into abstract math, and I wanted something more practical. So to software engineering it was. So I interned at Google and I had a return offer from them, but it was only in the Hyderabad office, not in San Francisco where I wanted to move. And I definitely wanted to move just because like I'd been on the exchange from uni and I wanted to see the rest of the world basically. So yeah, London was the only place that worked out.
It burns when you realize she was never your girl, it was just your turn. You gotta face your demons, don't matter how much money you earn.
What do you think of like the job market today?
Yeah, things are very interesting. I feel like it's a bimodal distribution or a reverse bimodal where, you know, junior engineers are gonna have a very tough time finding things because a lot of companies are convinced that AI right now can replace junior engineers. So it's like a wildly difficult market for them. And on the other hand, I feel like senior engineers are becoming like actual 10x engineers because they're so much more productive with AI.
You know what I've got, still out here, I'm still hitting these dots. Still flying them German whips, still getting rich cause the grind don't stop. I heard.
Yep, morning. Well, I believe in a heavy breakfast. Well, the rest of the stuff is in the fridge. First step, very important, right out the tube, gotta wash your hands.
Yeah, you got to give us a breakfast tutorial now.
Okay, Neil's Breakfast 101. Every day it's the same breakfast. It's partly meditative. Every morning you come in, make the same thing, and it's like the same routine, same start of your day. Oh, I've been at Tano for 2 months now. Not been long, but seems like so far things have been going really solid. I'm really enjoying my time here. Tano is this influencer marketing agency that's basically trying to become a full stack AI company, which basically means they replace all of the menial work inside with AI. And what's different is that instead of making it a service, we are actually a marketing agency and competing with other marketing agencies instead of providing them like the software as a service, which is pretty cool and like a very different sort of way of working and something that really drew me in here.
How much stuff do you put in your cereal? Oh my god.
So yeah, it's you start with some nuts, granola, protein powder, some creatine, peanut butter. It's probably one of the healthiest things you can eat. You need to edit this out. I don't like using too many spoons. I think that's a force of habit because I never used the dishwasher for a long time, so I would just have 1 spoon the entire day. Things are improving now. I mean, I would wash it between uses, but just, yeah, it wouldn't be dirty the entire time. But now I use the dishwasher. I think my partner has changed me for the better in that sense. Every Monday morning, Sagar, the CTO and co-founder of Tano, leads this engineering roadmap planning meeting where we just sit down, talk about what the current big pain points in the system are, what needs to be fixed, what's the highest priority, figure out a game plan for the entire week on what we're going to build this week. I guess it's worth talking about what AI agents actually are, because there's like so many different definitions and it's not really clear what people mean by when they say AI agents. Basically, it's an LLM that has access to a lot of tools, and tools are basically functions that you've defined that do something. An AI agent is an LLM running tool calls in a loop. So what that effectively means is that let's say for example, whenever an email comes in, your agent starts up, it looks at the email, looks at the previous emails, and then decides, oh, I have access to all of these tools. What do I need to do now? Do I need to negotiate? So it calls the negotiation tool, for example. Do I need to pay this creator because we finished everything? So it calls the payment tool, and it basically runs in a loop and does all of this autonomously. And of course, we have defined like rules on how it should behave, how it should actually access these tools, and when it can do what, when it cannot do some specific things. This week, I'm working on two big things. One is an invoice flow. So whenever a creator comes in with an invoice, we want to flag that to the brand so they can make the payment. And the second thing is a contract feedback node, where basically if somebody declines to sign the contract, we want to know the reason so we can then raise a support ticket and figure out how we want to handle that.
Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me.
We're going out to grab some lunch. I should cook things myself, but not there yet.
I think it's a valid choice to not cook.
I feel like not as much, because sure, it's more efficient to get food from outside, but it's also healthier to make things yourself.
Yeah, but if you just order healthy food from outside, I feel as though that does the trick.
Yeah,
I actually feel as though like you end up being a lot happier in the sun.
for sure.
Hot take.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why startups in San Francisco do better, because they're less depressed.
Yeah,
When people
I
get sad in the
think-
winter, because it's like, you know, not as warm, you get less vitamin D.
I think there's more to it though. Like I read this in, I think, Paul Graham's post, where it's much easier to start a startup in San Francisco, where you could actually work out from garages because the weather was good enough.
Do you see Elon's new venture? He's like making a semiconductor factory with the aims to put it on the moon or like in space. And then one of the cool parts was that he's planning to build like a mass driver, or in other words, like a railgun to basically shoot the completed semiconductor chips off like the moon and to wherever
You gotta
need
be
it.
kidding.
And I was like, that's literally my dissertation from university. I was like, holy shit, this guy's building it in real life now. So
Wait,
sick.
that was your dissertation in university?
Yeah, it was basically like space transportation, or like the feasibility of space transportation using like railguns.
Yeah. Get a shot of the place.
أحلى ليلة أحلى ناس أحلى ليلة أحلى ناس أحلى ليلة أحلى ناس أحلى ليلة أحلى ناس.
Chicken shawarma and halloumi wrap. Like, one of my good defaults now. The other is the Korean place, but that's not as healthy, so I don't go there as often. Are you gonna film me taking a bite?
Yes. We have Nathan starting next week, so that would be exciting.
So a new guy.
Yeah, new engineer.
What's his deal?
His deal? Yeah. He writes code. We need people who write code, so.
Should be pretty nice. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Basically, Kieran and Neil have worked super hard to get Granola to renew. So basically, Kieran has been in contact with the Granola team and has managed to secure a massive contract from them. And all the work that Neil has done, which is basically all the engineering effort to be able to support that, has been insane. And so we're going to have Neil ring the gong, basically to say we've made a sale, in essence.
Ooh, first time for me. Wait. How does this?
I think you have to
I
unhook
see.
it.
I see. Nice.
Hey!
Nice. I saw the Germany versus Brazil match, the World Cup along him, and I was like, oof.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Wait, Argentina won last time, right? Or was it France?
Yeah, Argentina.
Yeah. No, so I don't support people who already won recently.
So
You could support England then.
We don't need to speak no more. We don't need to speak no more. I just wanna know how you.
I was just thinking about if I were to start again, what would I do differently? It seems like we're living in a very interesting time where a lot of employers are probably reluctant to hire junior engineers right out of college. In order to stand out, you need to do something differently. I feel like what employers look for and what is still pretty valuable is the sense of agency, the sense of being able to drive things forward, and how you express that to companies. So that would be basically showing your proof of work. So things like, I don't know, actually building a side project, starting your own company, take an idea, roll with it, see how far you get, just keep shipping, building things. I guess it's about 4 p.m. now, and one of our projects is done and the other one is in progress. I've only got about 2 hours left in the day, and I love ending the day with like a clear mind, so I would just try to finish the next task, and if I don't get it, leave it in like a good spot so I don't have to think about it all night.
This song never had no stamp. Brighten up, tell me I'm black. Brighten up, maybe I drag. Brighten up, maybe I'm solo. How do you love me when I don't love?
Well, that's it for the day. We made some really good progress, and now it's time to go home. I'll let Claude run in the background, like run for a few hours, see if it comes up with something new tomorrow morning. That's why I don't turn off the lid.
Didn't you mention now it's your 6-hour gym session?
Not today. I played tennis for 2 hours yesterday and my arms are still really sore.
Oh, damn.
So I'm like, yeah, no tennis today.
Yeah.
And gym tomorrow.
Nice.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye, Hugh. So the day's over now. A couple of reflections. Feels like we're moving really fast, which is good. And I think that's like a superpower in every startup where you win by moving faster than other people. I enjoy being able to switch off after work, so I leave my laptop at work, let Claude run here while I go home, rest, relax, and come back refreshed for the next day.
Oh well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you, bud.
Bye bye.